There is a time in the last few days of summer when the ripeness of autumn fills the air and time is quiet and mellow. I lived that time fully, strangely aware of a new world opening up and taking shape for me. In the mornings, before it was too hot, Ultima and I walked in the hills of the Llano, gathering the wild herbs and roots for her medicines. We roamed the entire countryside and up and down the river. I carried a small shovel with which to dig, and she carried a gunny sack in which to gather our magic harvest. "Ay," she would cry when she spotted a plant or root she needed, "what luck we are in today to find la hierba del manso." Then she would lead me to the plant her owl eyes had found and ask me to observe where the plant grew and how its leaves looked. "Now touch it," she would say. The leaves were smooth and light green. For Ultima, even the plants had a spirit, and before I dug, she made me speak to the plant and tell it why we pulled it from its home in the earth. "You that grow well here in the arroyo by the dampness of the river, we lift you to make good medicine," Ultima intoned softly, and I found myself repeating after her. Then I would carefully dig out the plant, taking care not to let the steel of the shovel touch the tender roots. Of all the plants we gathered, none was endowed with so much magic as la hierba del manso. It could cure burns, sores, pile, colic in babies, bleeding dysentery, and even rheumatism. I knew this plant from long ago because my mother, who was surely not a curandera, often used it. Ultima's soft hands would carefully lift the plant and examine it. She would take a pinch and taste its quality. Then she took the same pinch and put it into a little black bag tied to a sash around her waist. She told me that the dry contents of the bag contained a pinch of every plant she had ever gathered since she began her training as a curandera many years ago. "Long ago," she would smile, "long before you were a dream, long before the train came to Las Pasturas, before the Lunas came to their valley, before the great Coronado built his bridge." Then her voice would trail off, and my thoughts would be lost in the labyrinth of time and history I did not know. We wandered on and found some oregano, and we gathered plenty because this was not only a cure for coughs and fever, but a spice my mother used for beans and meat. We were also lucky to find some osha, because this plant grows better in the mountains. It is like la hierba del manso, a cure for everything. It cures coughs and colds, cuts and bruises, rheumatism and stomach trouble. And my father once said the old sheep herders used it to keep poisonous snakes away from their bedrolls by sprinkling them with osha powder.